My wife and her flying saucers.
My husband and his indestructible head.
Aren't we a fine pair?
Hey everyone, I'm Rebecca and welcome to Watch Mojo. Today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 TV episodes that broke the rules.
Angela? Is there something you want to tell me?
You know, we're living in a society.
Sir Ilan, bring me his head.
For this list, we're going over those episodes of television whose content or structure deviated from the usual standards of the show or the entire medium. Since animation is a bit more flexible, we won't be including animated episodes on this list. So which of these stood out to you the most? Be sure to let us know in the comments. All right, let's get into it.
Number 10, Autumn, the Third Day. Most live-action shows are between 20 minutes and an hour long. Folk horror series The Third Day took a truly unique direction for its second part, titled Autumn. Broadcast as a 12-hour live stream, the episode follows the events of a festival on the show's island setting, as well as the various inhabitants going about their lives for a full day. Shot in one long take, Autumn upended many of the conventions of what a drama series could do. Did they pull off this unique approach? Well, we'll leave that for you to decide, if you've got the time. Number 9, Episode 3.4, Runtime Error .R00, Mr. Robot. Speaking of long take episodes, Mr. Robot did one of its own. Never one to shy away from the unconventional, Mr. Robot ups the ante with this episode.
Is everything okay?
Everything's fine.
It follows several storylines with distinct camera styles for each that puts you in the mindset of different characters. Without getting into too many spoilers, we find two of our main characters working at cross purposes, as each has to deal with the stress of their respective situations.
What's going on?
Ran into a bit of a snag.
While not a true long take, as there are some cuts in between, the stylishness of the episode is still a sight to behold.
Angela? Is there something you want to tell me?
Number 8, every episode, WandaVision. Plenty of TV shows feature episodes that switch up the show's usual format, style, or tone. WandaVision does this every episode. This Marvel series follows two of its superheroes living their lives in a bubbly sitcom world.
My wife and her flying saucers.
My husband and his indestructible head.
Aren't we a fine pair?
However, there's a sinister edge hiding underneath the laugh track, as a lot more is going on in their world than there first appears.
You have to stop her.
Stop who?
She's in my head. None of it is my own. It hurts. It hurts so much. Just make her stop. Just make her stop!
Each episode pays tribute to a different decade's sitcom style, but they manage to incorporate elements of the Marvel Cinematic Universe's usual superhero world, while also feeling like a psychological thriller at times.
If all the sets and props and wardrobe were solid matter, that would mean she's wielding an insane amount of power.
Far exceeding anything she's displayed in the past.
She could have taken out Thanos on her own if he hadn't initiated a blitz.
There's certainly never been anything quite like WandaVision on television before. Number 7, The Chinese Restaurant, Seinfeld.
How many?
All right, 4. Seinfeld. 4. I'll be 5, 10 minutes.
Seinfeld changed everything when it came to sitcom plots by showing you that you didn't need a traditional story structure to be entertaining. Few episodes of the show exemplify this better than The Chinese Restaurant. Jerry, George, and Elaine are in a hurry to see a limited showing of a movie and decide to eat at a Chinese restaurant.
Let's go someplace else. I am too hungry.
We might as well just stay here. We haven't got that much time if we're gonna make the movie.
While waiting, George contends with an unavailable payphone, Elaine tries to stem her hunger, and Jerry worries about ditching his uncle for dinner. The episode typified Seinfeld's mission statement as a show about nothing, as its stories didn't feel like they had actual plot lines.
You know, we're living in a society.
And while executives were dubious at first, it paid off so well with audiences that sitcoms now frequently focus on minutia.
Should we tell them we're leaving?
What for? Let's just get out of here.
Seinfeld, 4.
Number 6. Abyssinia Henry, MASH. Abyssinia Henry centers around the honorable discharge of Lieutenant Colonel Henry Blake, the commanding officer of the MASH unit the show follows.
You're going home.
I'm going home?
You got all your points. They're discharging you.
Although characters leaving the show wasn't uncommon, the shocking final scene flipped everything on its head. Blake's plane is shot down over the ocean. None of the passengers make it.
Lieutenant Colonel Henry Blake's plane was shot down over the Sea of Japan. It spun in. There were no survivors.
Given that the comedy drama is set during the Korean War, this twist shouldn't have been too unexpected in hindsight. But at the time, offing major characters permanently simply wasn't the norm, particularly for sitcoms. This episode opened the way for more frequent and significant character demises on television.
Henry, we had a lot of laughs together.
Number 5. Lucy is Enceinte. I love Lucy. Pregnancy is a fact of life, and kind of how most of it happens for us humans.
Now cut that out. Let's have no more kidding about me having a baby. The whole thought is utterly ridiculous.
However, from watching early television, you would never know it. That all changed with Lucy is Enceinte. This episode sees Lucy Ricardo learn that she's expecting.
Ethel, we're going to have a baby. We are?
Her method of breaking the news to her husband Ricky is especially sweet.
I heard you sing a number called We're Having a Baby, My Baby and Me. If you will sing it for us now, it will be my way of breaking the news to him.
Despite its subject matter, strict network censorship rules meant that the word pregnant could never be used once during the episode.
It's me!
Even the title used the French word for pregnancy. I Love Lucy broke ground in many ways, but this one was one of the most game-changing episodes. Number 4. The puppy episode, Ellen.
Ellen, are you coming out or not?
A pivotal 2-part episode of the sitcom starring Ellen DeGeneres sees her character, Ellen Morgan, surprised to discover that she has chemistry with a female friend of a friend who's gay.
I don't date men. Oh. Why? I'm gay?
Through the course of the story, Ellen realizes that she's a lesbian. The puppy episode coincided with DeGeneres coming out in real life.
Why do I have to be so ashamed? I mean, why can't I just say the truth? I mean, be who I am.
Although there were lesbian characters on American TV before Ellen, this storyline was the first time that some audiences got to see an openly gay person lead a sitcom.
Susan, I'm gay.
The episode was met with enormous backlash, but also blazed a trail for more LGBTQ+ representation on TV. Number 3. Baelor, Game of Thrones. Season 1 of Game of Thrones primarily followed Eddard Ned Stark as he uncovers a conspiracy at the heart of the 7 kingdoms of Westeros.
If you give her the peace she needs and promise to carry her secret to your grave, I believe she will allow you to take the black and live out your days on the wall.
Sure, he's set to be executed in this episode, but we all know how this goes, right? They'll pardon him or he'll get a last-minute rescue.
Sir Ilyn, bring me his head.
We've watched TV and what's that? He actually dies? But he's the main character. That's illegal. Although having a main character expire wasn't unheard of prior to Baelor, the ones that met their end were usually part of the ensemble, or the demise didn't stick. Of course, looking back now, it should have been obvious even for people who hadn't read the books. Ned is played by Sean Bean after all.
I learned how to die a long time ago.
Number 2. The Judgment Part 2, The Fugitive. The Fugitive series finale, The Judgment Part 2, sees Dr. Richard Kimball finally catch up with the one-armed man and get to the bottom of the mystery behind his wife's untimely end.
You waited 5 years. All I'm asking is 24 more hours.
This may not sound like anything special by today's standards. It was the last episode, of course he'll find out who took his wife's life. Except back in the day, a TV show with a real ending was about as common as a unicorn. It just wasn't done. Finales were often left open-ended, allowing TV executives to continue to milk the premise later down the road if they felt like it.
You killed my wife, didn't you? Did you? You killed her? Yeah, I killed her.
The Fugitive is arguably responsible for letting small screen stories actually have conclusions because it was such a ratings smash.
Tuesday, September 5th, the day the running stopped.
You know it's an impressive list when some of the honorable mentions are considered some of the best episodes of television ever. So let's check out those honorable mentions and then we'll see the top TV episode that broke the rules.
Pine Barrens, The Sopranos. Two mobsters lost in the woods sounds like the beginning of a bad joke. Or great TV.
I got him, didn't I?
Yeah.
Part 8, Twin Peaks. It's peak David Lynch fare with little dialogue and surreal black and white imagery. Hush, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. An entire episode that focuses on non-verbal communication.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. A House Divided. Dallas. The finale of the 3rd season of Dallas sees unlikable tycoon J.R. Ewing shot by an unknown assailant. Boom. Credits. For months after this, all everyone was talking about was who shot JR. While Dallas didn't invent the cliffhanger, it certainly helped popularize the practice on television.
Did you know that those wells were going to be nationalized?
No, sir. I swear it.
The episode's success and the network's ability to capitalize on the hype the mystery created led to many of the modern trends in TV that shows use to keep viewers hooked.
I'll kill him. I swear I'll kill him.
Take a number. There are a few of us ahead of you.
The episode helped show that sometimes the best way to keep audiences invested is to leave them wanting more.
Hey, I bet you've heard the phrase "Who shot JR" without even knowing that the show Dallas existed, so that definitely changed the game. So thank you for the cliffhanger, I guess? I don't know. Anyway, be sure to let us know in the comments if you can think of any other episodes that broke the mold. Or come tell me on Twitter or Instagram at Rebecca Brayton or on my YouTube channel. See ya!
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.